Hello family, welcome back to Carolliving. Today we are continuing, but also in a way we're summarizing our videos about Naivasha. We have seen the journey, we have seen the animals, the birds, the flora and the fauna basically. Today we are just going to share the experiences around one of my favorites, the interior designs. I'm going to make special note to one of the hotels that I thought is a nature jewel, the inspirationsI Hotel. I'm gonna sound like I'm advertising, but wow, it's such an amazing, beautiful property. It is set on very many acres, possibly over 30 at least, because you can't even walk all of it. But it's set in such a natural environment. They have populated the green. They have really done lots of manicured gardens. Most importantly, they have used lots of succulents. Guys, I told you the trick about succulents. Succulents are the plants that, they provide the options for low maintenance. Normally, they hold on to water longer, and they don't need so much of the manuring and all that. So the inspirationsI, while it's sprawling across a very big acreage, and they've just done so many manicured flower beds all over, are surrounding their buildings, you find that they've used so many succulents, and it helps them not to do so much maintenance. They'll tell you they have used higher plants, and then they have undergrown them with shorter plants. That shorter plants cover the soil, that there are no weeds that keep growing in there. It's a technique, and I hope one time we can experience it in one of my gardening videos. But now the grounds where they are laid out in the green, they are connected with lots of walkways that are with different hedging, mostly plant hedges, different hedging and paths, lots of zigzag paths. Honestly, if you've gone to Naivasha, just staying on the property feels like it just provides you with the tourism you need. It's just a peek into what Naivasha designs are like. Honestly, the architecture of the different buildings were intentional. You find that they have taken on an earthy tone, faded beauty vibe. It's just a mix, but it's earthy tones, it's browns, it's blacks, it's grays, and that's just carries through. And of course the wood, they use wood in a conservative but also in a broader way. They've used wood in a way that it's used both for the structural aspects of the buildings but also for the interior design, and that's a good one. That's a good one to take home when you're designing your home. You can use beams that will hold the structure up, but also use them as you leave them exposed as beautiful aspects of your interiors. Of course, we have a long way to go, but it's possible. We have artisans here, and as we go on each and every day, they are getting better at doing this stuff. They used a lot of stone in there, in the external facade. The stone I told you about, it's a common material used in Kenyan houses, or particularly in Naivasha. So much stone, but I think it's a broad aspect in Kenya, because I've seen it in most of the places I was traveling. It's the same stone. They cut a block and then they just build it, and then outside it's not plastered. It's left in its raw earthy hues, and some it's with a texture it's curvy, and then the other is just a flat plane. It's all beautiful. So inspirationsI showcases a lot of that. It showcases a lot of when you come to the interiors now, they continue with the earthy tone hues, the grays, the browns, the blacks. However, now they just use interior materials. You'll notice that they're using stone tiles, they're using stone itself, stone cladding, they're using wood beams, they're using furniture that is very subdued in the colors, but however it kind of blends in the interior. It's such an amazing place. Rotarians who are going for the DC, I know you're going to agree that this is it. However, even those who have been there, you can agree with me that it's such a beautiful space. It kind of just gives you the vibe of a restful space. It gives you a zen vibe, and I just have to emphasize that inspirationsI was a special thing. Of course, their spaces are different. You find that they have the residential area capped out in one section of the campus, and you find I love this residential area that had buildings that are in a line, in a curvy line form. I could call it an arc, just a curvy line, and then they all have a view to a central large fountain that is just like overlooking a garden. Actually, they overlook a garden whose one of the ends is a large, big, like waterfall fountain. It's just flowing through. And you know, for many, I just felt like that was one of the most iconic, special like areas of the accommodations. And so the grounds for Rotarians, we shall use them for one of some of our events. I think like a Carolliving night or something. But it's just the way they did it was like, it wasn't an afterthought. It was intentional. It was visionary. I don't know what to say. I sometimes just don't have the English. However, it's a beautiful sight to behold. It is something you can take home. Of course, in our case, when you're doing like simple residential developments, you don't have to go that big, but you can take the concept with you and create a focal point. Maybe it can be a small water fountain. That doesn't have to be major, and just to know that water fountains are just water flowing and it's mechanically controlled with pumps and water supply. It's not really major. So you can just take that, and we the engineers can do that for you anyway. So I just thought that was a highlight. When it comes to the common spaces, like maybe the shared spaces, like the conference areas, the restaurants, the reception is amazing. Like as you come in, the reception is amazing. It's like, it just feels like, yeah, it's a reception. Like you feel welcome. You feel like I have come to like a spa. You come in and you feel like you've come to a spa-like feeling. But when you go to like the conference rooms, of course, there are different colorings in different spaces, just to give you different vibes and to offer the variety that they're offering. The restaurant is also wood beams, wooden beams, different facades like on the walls. But wood has been used so much in their restaurants, and then of course the chairs are also really wooden, and they feel like, however much they're 10 years, but it feels like it was a timeless design that was taken. So whenever you see it, yes, it looks like it's back in time a little bit. However, it feels timeless. The aesthetics are amazing. If I can draw your attention to the other parts of the Nashpai hotels we visited, definitely you notice that these features have been reapplied, but in different ways. Of course, you find that different campuses of these other hotels had their own design focus, but however, they have still used the same earthy tones, wooden, lots of wood, back in time appeal. Some of them are very old hotels, and you're like, okay, this feels like it's back in time, but yet it's still very, very elegant. One key feature around all the hotels that there were, many hotels are along the Lake Naivasha, and of course it gives them extra views that are just amazing while you're in the hotel. It gives the water views, the animal life on the water, and of course because it's set out in a park, every now and then you see animal life here and there, antelopes, elephants. I saw the zebras, I saw the hippopotamuses, I did not see any alligators, mostly lots of birds. But then also the weather. The weather was a good thing. Like once, like these places are set out in particular, not just the weather, just I can call it a landscape. I think the savannah, like that's the landscape around there. The savannah is the one that supports animal life. Yes, most of our parks have actually that kind of landscape. So with all that working together, Naivasha was quite a place to behold. I would say you should go visit. I should say you should like just challenge yourself to go visit different parts of. We can start with Africa. We don't have to like board planes and go. We can just start with where we can road trip. So anyone who thinks that Naivasha is going to be a place for you to go, please comment below, and just if you want more information, let's have a discussion. Thank you for coming with me to this journey on my trips, and definitely when I trip in other places, you're gonna be hearing about it. I just feel like traveling is a part of. It should be a part of beauty that you experience when you leave, because I mean, experiencing different places, yeah. When you say, my hobby is traveling, now I can say, ably I can say I've gone to some places, but I kind of have, this experience has ignited like I feel like a zeal to do more, like a zeal to go on and travel some more places. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming with us to this journey, and I hope that you enjoyed the videos. For any improvement, please comment below. For any experiences you want to share, comment below.